The Ministry of Labor and Employment plays a vital role in maintaining industrial harmony between the federal government, employers of labor, and workers. This is done through proactive negotiations and policy implementation, which have successfully averted industrial crises while ensuring fair treatment for Nigerian workers. A significant achievement was the facilitation of the national minimum wage increase in July 2024, aimed at improving workers' standard of living amid economic challenges. In response to Nigeria's unemployment rates, the ministry has identified efforts in job creation and skill acquisition, particularly for the youth. Partnering with organizations such as the International Labour Organization (ILO) and the German government, the ministry is equally driving initiatives that enhance employability through vocational training. This is Reshaping Democracy. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. Did you just flip onto this channel? Well, this is Reshaping Democracy, and in this episode of the program, the Minister of Labor and Employment, Muhammadu Maigari Dingyadi, will be addressing issues raised by Nigerians across the country.
I'm Nafisa Halera Haruna, a civil society partner in Jigawa State. Sir, what are the programs created by the ministry, by the federal government towards job creation, especially with the green and digital skills of the Ministry of Labor and Employment, sir?
Well, you see, the major cardinal mandate of the Ministry of Labor and Employment is to create jobs for Nigerians to be self-sustaining. And that is why the ministry has set up a number of programs that are intended towards creation of jobs for Nigerians. You see, one of the programs that have been created is to ensure that skills people are trained on skilled jobs to ensure that they become self-sufficient, self-sustaining. We have quite a number of centers, skill development centers across the country that we use to create jobs. We also have so many other centers. We have, for example, 26 job centers across the Federation, also to assist youth in particular and the women to generate jobs. We also have other facilities like NALEC, that is a kind of platform where job seekers are given the opportunity to meet with employers where they show their credentials, and where somebody is qualified, the employers scrutinize them and they give employment to youth and women. So these are so many channels that we use to create jobs for Nigerians so that they will be self-sustaining and they will be self-sufficient.
My name is Honorable Adamu Shaibu, Jigawa Sade from Jigawa State. Honorable Minister, sir, the ministry announced plans to train and equip 2.5 million Nigerians annually. Honorable Minister, sir, how do you intend to carry out this plan?
You see, you are talking about the LEAP program, that is Labor, Employment and Empowerment Program. This program has been endorsed by Mr. President last year, 2024, and we are making every arrangement to ensure that the program has been launched and it will be kicked off anytime this year. The intention of this program is to ensure that about 2.5 million Nigerians are employed, self-employed in one way or the other. The intention is to ensure that Nigerians not only employed, but they are also empowered to be self-sustaining, self-sufficient, and given certain facilities to encourage them to be self-sufficient. This is the main purpose of this program, and very soon we'll start the program so that Nigerians will benefit from it. So it's a national program. It is going to cover the entire country. The 774 local governments across the federation. It's going to cover all parts of the country, and it's targeted to all Nigerians. We have quite a number of new programs that we have tried to introduce, like this LEAP program that you have just talked about. We also have another bamboo tree program that we intend to introduce for the benefit of employment in this country. Bamboo tree it has a lot of benefits. You can do a lot of trades with it. You can engage so many people in the business of bamboo tree in the country. So we are trying to work with some partners to ensure that this program is introduced and is jointly funded by government and the partners. So we have also tried to re-echo the need for us to have more funds to renovate these skill development centers because creating jobs are our major mandate, and without these equipped skill development centers, there is very little that we can do. And the National Assembly has listened to us very well, and they have promised to do something. And we believe something is going to be done. And we believe when we have the money, we are going to renovate these skill development centers so that more and more Nigerians will have the opportunity to learn skills that will keep them self-employed.
Dr. Danladi Mohammed. What are you doing to ensure that minimum wage is paid? Because especially states.
Well, we are not aware that any state is not. I think the federal government in the first place has fully implemented it. And I think most of the agencies of the federal government have also keyed into this program. The program is a tripartite agreement between Nigerian labor, you see, labor matter is an international matter, and you have seen just last week we received the Director General of International Labour Organization. He came here on a 2-day working visit. He met with the Vice President because the President was not in the country at that time. We do a lot of relationships with ILO and so many other international organizations. Germany, we relate a lot with them. They come in, they are interested in ensuring that there is a very good relationship between labor and employers. Many of them come in to support us. Some of them come in to see that, to ensure that there is this cordial relationship, particularly in the child labor we are talking about. Donor organizations, international agencies, always we interact with them, and we try to be as international as we can. There is a standard, an international standard for labor that everybody is expected to maintain. So, and that is why we have to be international. We have to relate with all these agencies to ensure that we are in tune with the best practices and we are in tune with the international standards as far as labor relations are concerned. And the federal government has already done its own part of the deal, and states are also, many states, quite a number of states have also keyed into this. A few states, I understand, are yet to go into it, and many of them have promised to implement it this year. We are not aware of any issue with any state that has any issue with its labor organizations. So I want to believe that the thing is on course, and we want this opportunity to thank the federal government, to thank Mr. President for coming up with this very laudable initiative. I think workers in the country are very happy with this development, and we do hope they will reciprocate this very important gesture extended to them by Mr. President.
My name is Comrade Haruna Abubakar Sadiq, here in Yobe State Capital, Damaturu. Sir, the relationship between the employer and employee in Nigeria is still not mutual. Are you working towards to bring the gap?
You see, I think it is good to say that since I came into this office about, would I say, getting to 6 months now, there has not been any industrial actions from any part of this country, from any union. We have done our best to ensure that peace is maintained between labor unions and their employers. I'm very happy to note that there is a very good cordial working relationship between workers and their employers. I have not had any issue that has been unsurmountable between the labor and the employers. We have tried to sort out every issue that comes up, and that is why we're having a very peaceful working environment since that time to date. So I don't think there is any misunderstanding or any dispute at the moment between any worker and their employer. There could be dispute even between husband and wife. You always have disputes. But after the dispute, we come to understand ourselves, and there will be peace. And there has always been peace between these workers and their employers. You see, not only this ministry, any ministry, of course, the basic mandate of the ministry is train and retrain workers, so they will be very much updated, very abreast with what they are supposed to be doing. And that's why we have this Michael Omodu Labour Institute. And the institute has been up and doing training and retraining workers across the country. And I think the program is a national program. It covers all parts of the country. And we are very happy to have what they have so far been able to achieve. And I want to say that, this training and retraining program is a basic responsibility of any organization to ensure that they train and retrain their workers. So we are on top of the situation as far as training and retraining is concerned. And we are using this institution to train and retrain our workers so that they know their responsibilities as workers, and they know the responsibilities that are due to them and that their employers are supposed to extend to them. We are not doing badly, we are doing very well as far as Michael Omodu is concerned. The bill has already gone for, I think, second reading, and they came to us for postmortem. I think they asked us to come for discussions with them, and the final discussion for that matter, and they intend to call for a final stakeholders meeting so that before they take the matter to the floor of the House, floor of the Senate. So it is progressing, and we believe by the time it is done, a lot of things will be checked. The workers themselves, domestic workers, will be protected. The people who are working with the domestic workers will also be protected. There are many instances where some of these household families are either killed or a lot of issues happen between them and their employers. So we're just trying to protect both sides so that there will be peace, there will be stability, and there will be less abuse within the system.
My name is Musa Samson. My question is to the Minister of Labour. There has been mismanagement in Nigeria Trust Fund. What is the situation at the moment?
You see, like any other organization, NSITF has for some time been battling with issues, management issues. But nowadays, Mr. President has, out of his own wisdom, decided to reinvigorate and reorganize the place. We now have a new management team in the NSATF, and they are injecting new ideas into the system, and I believe they are doing well at the moment. So far, I have not had any issue with them, and they are doing very well as far as their programs are concerned. I don't think there is any issue now. The issues that they had are history now, and I believe that is why Mr. President has decided to have a new management team. He has just approved the appointment of the chairman of the board, and very soon will inaugurate a new board for the NSDF. So they are doing very well at the moment. No, I think that as long as if you are having an efficient management, the mandate of SITF is to ensure that they don't only provide compensation as a result of accidents, injuries, deaths on work place, and they also try to ensure that they pay these things as and when due, and to invest the money that are accruing out of this program into very tangible programs, very tangible places where they can generate revenue for government and for the organization. They are doing very well, and we have no cause at the moment to complain against what they are doing.
My name is Mr. Japheth Cosmos. What is the Minister of Labour and Productivity doing towards resuscitating the skill acquisition centers across the nation? You see,
we have skill development centers all over the Federation, I think in almost every local government area of this country. So they are at the moment functioning, but what we are trying to do is to renovate them, re-equip them, and try to ensure that we inject new modern facilities that will make them function in tune with the present realities. We are planning to ensure that we don't only renovate, but we also build more skill development centers so that more Nigerians will benefit from these programs that are intended to make people self-sufficient and self-sustaining. When I was in Sokoto, I visited the skill development centers in the state, and it's my intention to continue. We have been so busy these days. We have arranged a program where we'll go to selected states, selected zonal officers to see these skill development centers and to see what they require and to see what we can be able to do to renovate some of them and to re-equip them. People, particularly employers and people who are looking for jobs, meet together, interact, and ensure that those that are employable are employed. It's an opportunity created by the ministry and by NECA to ensure that there is this interaction between labor organizations, between employers of labor, and people who are looking for, and job seekers in particular. That is why they meet, they introduce themselves. There are platforms that are created for this kind of interaction. And so it is something that we encourage as a ministry. It's through that kind of process that quite a number of people are employed and engaged in one form of work or the other.
My name is Samaila Sado. My question to the Minister of Labour and Employment is, what is your plan for addressing child labor in Nigeria?
We are doing what we can to ensure that we regulate it, to ensure that we check it as much as we can. You know, there are a lot of cultural, religious, and traditional issues attached to it. So there has to be a kind of collaboration between all stakeholders to ensure that we checkmate this issue of labor, labor dispute in the country. So I want to believe that the federal government is committed to checking this issue to the best of ability. And just last week, we had the opportunity of meeting with the National Assembly to discuss how we can manage these domestic workers. They are just part of these issues. Some of them, they are either abused or they abuse the people they are working with. So we are trying to see how we can, National Assembly will regulate these issues for once and all, so that we checkmate the abuses that are put in that very important sector. So Mr. President is fully concerned, and we're also on top of the situation to ensure that child labor is as much as possible checked, and children are protected from this very unfortunate incident. You see, I always tell Nigerians that what we need is a cordial relationship between workers and employers, and this will go a long way in ensuring that the economy of this country is greatly enhanced, and we stand to mutually benefit from this peaceful atmosphere. So we want a situation where employers respect the principles of this justice, fairness in workplace, and the workers themselves will reciprocate by dedicating themselves to the job they have been assigned to do, so that results will be produced and everybody will be happier that we are there. And that is the main concern of this ministry, and we will be out there to ensure that the two of them work together, they understand themselves, and we'll be happier in this country.
All right. Beyond job creation for millions of Nigerians through its pet program, LEAP, that is Labor Employment Empowerment Program, the Labor Ministry is scaling up occupational safety and health, social security welfare, as well as enhancing cooperation for the benefit of workers. Nigeria's labor environment is no doubt witnessing a great leap forward as industrial harmony takes roots. I'm Ayodeji Makinde, Reshaping Democracy. We'll be back again next week, same time. Bye-bye.